Peoples of the universe, please attend carefully. The message that follows is vital to the future of you all.
Message number 1. Click the on button. Message number 2. Turn your light on. Yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening. How are you doing? I'm a bit discombobulated. My COVID report today. First, it's very strange. It's like I'm living in lockdown, baby. I'm living in lockdown. They got me locked up. It's not good. Well, it's not terrible. It's not terrible. But me, my wife, and my daughter, we are all confined to the house and the surrounding garden, thankfully. So yeah, the dog goes out there often. Anyway, yeah. So everything is kind of like you ever see what's that movie? Dark Star, right? Like Dark Star was the last decent low rent sci-fi movie, right? And it was, and it really is low rent. But it was like the last of that. It was the last time they could get away with anything like that, right? And it wasn't. I mean, it was bad, right? But it was very much pre-Star Wars. And essentially, it was really weird. It's about this guy who ends up on a deep spaceship, deep space mission by mistake, and he's like, because of time dilation, like he's gonna be old by the time everyone's gonna be dead by the time he gets back, or something like that. But like, you know, you see his logs at the beginning where he's like, because he's there for years and years and years and years, right? Because like I said, time is different, and you just see him like getting used to his, this is his universe, right? It's kind of like where I am. Oh man, it's doing my head in. Like I go out the house, twice a day. I go to the synagogue so I can do the morning prayer, and I go to synagogue so I do the afternoon prayer. Often I skive off and do the evening prayer on my dog. But having that excursion out into reality, that is mess with my brain, something chronic, let me tell you. Anyway, but I've got a lot going on. We have a lot going on, a lot to talk about, tonight. What we got? We got, oh yes. I've always said, the worst thing that can happen, the absolute worst thing can happen for the BBC, Chibnall and Whittaker, is for them to make more Doctor Who and show it, right? The absolute worst thing they can do, because whenever anybody sees it, they go, fuck me, that's awful. Right? I mean, like, do you remember Doctor Who Flux? It was like, oh, the Doctor's back. I can't remember. I thought this was shit, right? That was the basic vibe as Doctor Who, as Joe already would. When they managed to hype it up, and then by the end of it, people were like, well, that was shit, right? That was basically like, what? And with a bunch of good ideas or fun performances, just kind of like, bleh. And everybody took a real dump on it. Best thing they did, but it's weird. Anyway, so sadly for them, they got another 90 minutes of their piece of shit coming out. And oh boy, I've realized the BBC really lost a lot of confidence. So here's what I think happened. I think the only way the BBC could justify it in some way, I don't understand. I really don't understand the rationale. Was that instead of I think Chibnall thought he had like 8 episodes, right? And X budget, and then they said no, you got actually 9 episodes and a smaller budget, right? Because he had to rewrite the Dalek one, right? He was going to do a much. Who knows what it was going to do? Big Finish. If you ballsy gun, put it out, mate. Let's see what happens. Oh, don't. I don't want them to, because it's going to cause like people to get pissed off with them and not buy them. I do like Big Finish. I always I like it when They put it together, right? Because there's a lot of good stuff that has come out of Big Finish. I'm quite enjoying the autumn thing right now. It's pretty good. Yeah, maybe we'll have a quick peruse at Big Finish. I haven't been over there for a while. Anyway, so so the publicity is starting to come out, so right now it's kind of like the calm before the storm. You know, it's kind of like there's a like if you have a large bomb go off, like 100 meters or so off the ground, it sucks all the oxygen out the air, and people like actually asphyxiate. You know, that's how it kills them, right? Sucks all the air, they go boom, and then before it goes off. That's where we are right now. The great vacuum, before the explosion, because they can't hide it any longer. Right? It's about a month to the airs. I mean, at this point, they could have done a whole thing. They could have had the trailer launch, premiere. I just don't think they have any confidence in it at all. And also, Chibnall says he doesn't want to spoil anything because really, what are you holding out for? It's like, I think if you're once you're over 100, if you want to do heroin, I don't think there's a problem. I think it's totally fine. It's like, what are you saving yourself for at that point? So finally, we're going to start see what this turgid mess is going to look like. That's on Doctor Who magazine, comes out on Thursday, right? So right now there's a little bit of news we can look at, right? There's a little bit of news, but not much. There's the very, very creepy House of the Dragon we're going to talk about. Oh, we got that trailer for the Doctor Who movie. The Doctor Who movie. We've got House of the Dragon, and this stuff. There's just a lot of stuff. Fine. I'm not sure how long I can go there. I am like, honestly, I'm like on the Starship Enterprise right now. I am like so freaking out of it. Man, it's weird. But I'm still. I mean, like I can kind of still see realities right there. There you go. Right. But I am deeply woozy. It's kind of fun, if I may say so. Anyway, that's me. I'm speeding out from COVID. What else is going on? Oh yes. So there's a programming note that you should know. There's a lot going on. Actually, I have to tell you, there is a hell of a lot going on. It's what Tuesday. That means in 2 weeks it's the Jewish New Year. That throws my schedule off completely. That blows up my schedule. But I'm aware. I'm not here. Not this Thursday. I'm going to have a show. Next Thursday won't. So next week I'm going to do. Well, this coming week, my shows will be on Saturday, and I'll be live shows will be Saturday, Monday, and Wednesday next week. Saturday, Monday, and Wednesday. Why, may you ask? What am I doing on Thursday? Because on Thursday, it's my youngest son's. I think it's called Hashba'ah. He's swearing in. He's finished basic training. So this is a whole thing. Like it's a big family thing. Here, let me find this thing. Show you. Where is it? Maybe it's over here. Here you go. So it's a big family. Like you go as a family and you have a picnic, and it's a fun thing, right? It's a fun thing. Like so we got a whole big delegation going, and you're supposed to get T-shirts made, right? So you all kind of match, and so you can be kind of seen. So thankfully, my son's got a very artistic girlfriend, and I don't have to worry about it this year. So she came up with this really cute thing, and she loves him. Oh my God, it's so sweet. They are so sweet, this couple. Anyway, here we go. It's this. Doink. Crumb tap. There you go. Right. Okay. So Ari, let me zoom in. Aryeh is a lion. That's his name. And he's in Shirion, which is the armor division, which means it's the which is why he's wearing armor. But that's the tank corp, and it's going to say on the top, was it our Aryeh, your Shirinair? Shirinair means the somebody in the armored division. But she drew that. I think she did a fantastic job. It's so cute, and that really is him. It's very much like him. So we got that going on Thursday, and then the big thing is what food we taking, right? Now my wife works in Jerusalem now. She says there's a new fried chicken place. I think it's a fried chicken southern barbecue thing we're going for. I'm like, okay, I will persevere with that. But the big question is the meals on Rosh Hashanah. The meals on Rosh Hashanah are crazy. They are off the wall crazy. Rosh Hashanah is a Jewish New Year, right? So it's supposed to be like kind of big and lavish and very kind of royal. You know, that's the thing. It's got to have this regal feeling to it. So we always do. It's 2 nights. It's the only Jewish holiday that's 2 days. If you live in Israel. And so the first night we always do a beef Wellington, like a Gordon Ramsay recipe, good beef Wellington. Oh man, I'm enjoying Yorkshire pudding, peas, obviously roast potatoes. Yeah. By the way, the trick for roast potatoes, of course, is you boil them first, or you cut them up, you boil them, right? Then you roast them for a good hour or so, hour and a half. There you want them nice and crispy. You want it so you can slash somebody's throat with them if you need to. That's the sort of crispy you want your roast potatoes. Peas, as I said, obviously go and Yorkshire puds. Yeah, now my wife always goes for the smaller individual Yorkshires, but we because you can't because it's like a Jewish holiday, we have to make them right before the sundown, right? So it's like the kitchen just always gets filled with smoke as we put the heat up, the temperature of the ovens up the most, and fill the thing with oil, and the Yorkshire molds with oil, and yeah, because that's like our last thing we do before, because we want to be nice and fresh, right? We do like a Yorkshire pudding. But what do you do? What do you do for the lunch meal, right? You have a dinner meal. So, beef Wellington. Well, we're going to start with a mushroom soup. This is a kind of a wine and mushroom, several different kind of wild mushroom thing. Really good soup. Oh, I do like this. It's kind of like I've got an egg drop thing going on it. But before you get that, right, then you got this tradition called the Samanim, where you have these little bits of fruit and vegetables, and each one, and you say this thing, say each one should be a sign that's going to be for this, right? You know, like you have that's why you dip the apple in the honey. The famous Jewish saying, "Dip the apple in the honey." If you didn't know about it, you slice an apple, you dip it in honey. It's very good, very good. That's very just so you know. I kind of like a tart apple in the honey. That's you make me happy there. Anyway, so you have that, you have pomegranate, you have all kind of, oh my god. So some people have a tradition to have a fish head on there. I'm like, oh really? No, I can't. Leave me alone with the fish head. No. But this year, my mother-in-law is coming. Bless her. I'm recently widowed, so yeah, we're honored to have her. Oh, what's something called? I have no idea who it is. And so this year she's doing the more Eastern tradition, the Sephardi tradition, or bring a sheep's head or half a sheep's head. She says, "I'm like, please no, please not on the table. Oh, that sounds so awful. I don't want to know." And the other ones are like, dates and fennel green. No, I don't want sheep's head on the table. Like, really? I mean, like, that's just, unless we get the dome thing. I mean, like, really? That just doesn't sound like it's going to be fun. Man, this thing is still going. I'm going to see who it is. What do I pick up down here? Hello. Do you speak English? Oh, okay. One second. I had no idea. I don't know how you got my number. 1 second. I'll have somebody come out. Wait there. Thank you. Bye. Well, that's weird. That's weird. Okay, fine. So, family emergency here. Now I got to call my wife. Right. You're gonna hear this emergency. I'm trying to dial my wife's number without saying it out loud on air. That's actually harder than it looks. Oh, come on, pick up. The guy just called me. The burgers are here. No worries. I'm just live. No problem. Okay. It's okay. Okay, great. Bye. I mean, really. I feel like I just got walked out of a skit from Red Dwarf. The sausages are ready. What the hell? Why was a guy calling me to? Okay, there's so many questions I have. That burger better be good. They better have me a good burger. But well, I'm glad I picked up, I guess. Anyway, so this is going to shock you, but that kind of like threw my thought pattern. What was I up to? Let me think. Oh man, Rosh Hashanah food. Okay, that's always a good place to go back to. Sheep's head. Yeah, we did the whole thing, right? Okay, fine. I remember. Fine. So then it's the wild marshmallow, beef Wellington, Yorkshire pudding peas. Dessert, who knows? Sorbet, hopefully something. Honey cake is traditional, but whatever. I'm not that fast. Okay, but now, as I said, my mother-in-law's coming. We're going for. We had a big bit of consternation for many years in my marriage. Which simmus do you prefer? Simmus is a traditional Jewish stew, right? And I always thought there was only one type of simmus. You know, the one my family made, and that's the only one. Turns out my wife has the same thing, but with her family, they're different simmuses, right? So my one, right, is like carrots and chicken, and dumplings, and honey cooked together. That's it, right? It's not that hard. My wife's one is like sweet potatoes, carrots, chunks of meat, chunks of not chicken, and brown sugar cooked together. They're both pretty good, baby. They're both pretty good. As I said, it's my mother-in-law's joining us this year. We will go for the American one. I kind of like that too. I think we're having turkey with that, right? And also everything has honey in it. There's honey everywhere, mate. Honey is, I mean, this is like a honey fish's dream. Oh my god! Because beginning every meal, you'd have you drink what you have some wine or grape juice in our case because we're lightweights. This guy's calling you. Okay. This is 1 second. All right, are they there? What? No. They were supposed to come out and find you. Okay. Can I give you the number to call? Okay, you shouldn't call me. Here, Efes Chamesh Arba. No. I'll give you the number of the people who are supposed. I just called it. No, it's not me. Okay, you need my wife. Here, I'll tell you. Efes Chamesh Arba. Sheish Echad Sheva. Sheish Shmona. Efes Sheish. Yes. Okay, good. I've just told the world, but that's just the way it goes, I guess. Okay. Yeah. They ordered hamburgers. They're supposed to be. I phoned them. I said, "You're waiting for you." I have no idea why they haven't come upstairs for you yet. Why they're not there for you. I'll look, I'll tell you what. I will call. You know what? You wait there. How about this? By the way, I'm doing a live stream on YouTube right now. So, what's your name? Alon, how you doing? No, Alon, 1 second. I'm going to call my wife, who should be... Okay, I got a phone in my hand. I got their phone in the other. Wait there, Alon. Yeah, that's... Hi, okay. Okay, I'm doing a live stream right now. In one hand, I got my cell phone. The guy from the burger place is talking to me, saying he's waiting for me. In the other hand, I got you. Well, I don't understand. Why am I even involved in this? I mean, I don't understand. Like, why am I involved in this? I've been trying to do this. Why don't you just go outside? Have you thought of going outside and getting the burgers? It's really not that hard. Just go outside and get. I thought that was kind of clear when I initially called you and said the burgers are here. That meant go and get the bloody burgers. So, okay, so why is he talking to me again? What? It was it. 1 second. Okay, wait a second. 1 second. Oh, wait. Was it Esra Vesheva? But was it other ways? No. Okay, so no. To get to when Waze takes you to the wrong place, you have to keep going past the Beta Connector. Here. I will give you the number of the book. Okay, my daughter's book is out right now. Right. Outside. Yeah, no, you're in the wrong place. Okay, you're in the wrong place. Okay, you're in the wrong place. Okay, here's what you do. You just keep driving past the Beit Knesset. Go to... Waze takes you to the wrong place. Just keep going past the Beit Knesset. And I'll give you the number of the person to call. Just phone this number with Sheish at the end. Okay. Fine. 1 second. I'll send them your number. Okay. Maybe that'll do the trick. Fine. It's been great talking. Have a good evening. I hope the burgers are good. Wait there. Okay. I mean, really, I'm trapped in my home, right? I'm trapped in my home, entombed in the Valley of the Strange, right? So yeah, I got to get this guy's number again. How do I do it? I do copy. Come on, it's got to be copies. I've got to be one of it. Here's what we're going to do. Okay, I've just worked this out. I am going to send my wife the guy's number, even though I'm just going to type it in. Okay. 6. Okay. I'm trying to do it without bloody speaking it. Oh my God, it's so hard being a boomer. Oh, okay. Wait. You got to do, okay. Fine. I did it. I sent my wife the number without saying it on the interwebs. Oh my God. That was a nightmare. That was just an existential nightmare. Okay. Okay. Is the burger blokes number? Okay. Fucking insane. That was insane, right? Really? I had to troubleshoot that. Oh my God. Oh, they just said, "Do you want a burger?" I'm like, you know what? That makes a change. I'll have that there. That sounds very, very good. You know what I had for dinner last night? It was freaking incredible. My wife, bless her, she said they had their thing. You have your shopping delivered. There was a gluten-free pizza. That means like a breadless crust. I'm like, oh, I'll see that. Made out of beets. I'm like, I'll give that a go. By jiggery, a beetroot crust. I'll give that. I like the bit of the old red. Why not? Freaking awesome. It was crazy awesome, right? It was absolutely crazy awesome. Fine. Okay, there's one other thing I need to talk about. Uman, right? It's make me crazy, right? It's make me bloody crazy. Let me see if I can find the picture of it. I'll go over here. 1 second. Oh, I'm so glad my son's in the army now, so he's doesn't want to go there. There are pictures of it. I think one of the most insanely stupid customs ever. Right? I will show you. Here we go. I'll get some pictures. It really is the most insanely stupid things ever. So a lot of Jews leave Israel, leave the Holy Land of Israel on the holiest days of the year, and they go to Eastern Europe. They go to Ukraine. Now, why do they go to Ukraine? Because that's where Uman is. Uman is where I can't remember. A very important Rebbe lived, right? Like a genuine big guy, right? But it just becomes just like insane. I'm not sure that's it. No, that was something completely different. But it just becomes this like insane Jewish zoo. It's really bizarre. Yeah, one second. Now I got some pictures. I'll open them up for you. So, and you know, it always annoys me. Oh, I'm being contacted. What's going on? We in trouble? Fine. My wife gave me an update. I mean, honestly, when I call you and say the burger's here, I just think that means that just go outside and get the burgers, right? You know, I did think that was like implicit in it. There we zoom in. Where are we? Oh, there we go. Over here. Doink. Share screen. It's a zoo. It's crazy, right? It's crazy. No, this looks like Israel. That looks like it was in Israel. Yeah, that's it. Uman, right? And it's just that's probably everybody going to like the river to do a skinny dip, which is they literally do that to ritually bathe before the high holy days. But it's also a big like party, right? And you know, I'm sure it's very holy, but they also you know they have a big influx of prostitutes during that time as well. Weirdly, coincidentally, I mean, maybe they have a convention too. I don't know. It's just like, well, my son wanted to go one year because it's like a very like hippie sort of thing to do. And I was like, oh God, because I don't want to say no, right? I'm a big believer in that. You've got to like be able to actualize oneself. So you know, you got to like, if you choose to do something, you choose to do something. I don't. I mean, I'm not. I mean, like, I wouldn't let my 3-year-old wander into traffic. But you know, if it's like a like that sort of question, I hope they wouldn't do it, but I wouldn't stop them doing it. But I'm like, I wouldn't be happy about it. Right? That's basically where I am with that. Thank God he didn't want to do it, and thank God this year he's in the army. That's over. Yay, no Uman for him. Oh, it really does. I do think it looks awful. Let me pull up the thumbs. Where am I up to? Man, I don't really have it. Is that one? Doink! There you go. Oh yeah, keep them. I am looking forward to starting getting into the headline story because it looks funny. Doink. Icky Thump. If we let people know when my special is on, they might watch it. And then they might find out it's shit. Darling. I mean, like, it's a bit late to worry about that now, isn't it? Isn't it late to worry about that? But I'm not very good at the thinking, me. Oh, no, I ought to get Uncle Chris to do that. Well, that was your first mistake, really, because he's also not very good at the thinking, is he? No. In hindsight, no. His thinking wasn't very good at all. No, it really wasn't. It didn't work out well, did it? No. Bad tinkering. Yeah. Well, I'm glad that you recognize it now, Jody. Yeah, keep up. Countdown to disaster. Dun, 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 dun. Anything can happen. As the dragon gets very creepy. And it creeped me out so much I'm having trouble processing it. Right? I think I liked it, but I'm having trouble processing. Right? I'm like I thought it was very interesting, and I really do. But yeah, no, yeah, we'll talk about it when we get to it. Talk about it. Marvel Comics, they hate hetero marriage. Oh yeah, they can't stand it. That hetero marriage makes them want to be sick. It does. Ew, it's not natural. Not natural for a man and a woman to get married. Ew. What kind of sick, weird, cis world do you live in, pervert? Right? That's Marvel for you. There you go. The apocalypse is coming, baby. Apocalypse is coming. It's all going to be okay, baby. It's all going to be okay. But, you know, I mean, it doesn't seem like the apocalypse is not coming. Let's just say that. It doesn't mean like, you know, it doesn't seem calm. Yeah. I'm wondering. I think they have to indict Trump, right? Before the midterms. I think they have to do it because they're desperate, right? I think they're desperate beyond desperate, and terrified, right? But I don't see how they don't indict Trump before. It's kind of like, dude, you're already all in, right? You know, yeah, it's gonna get crazy. Weird world we live in. Anyway, let me get to the chat. Oh, Jordan Lee is here. How you doing, Jordan? Does anyone care about Marvel? No, I totally don't. So don't. I mean, we got the Fantastic Four and Seth Rogen's Ben Grimm. I'm like, oh, piss off. And John Boyega, I feel bad for John Boyega because, like, I don't know. I genuinely like him. I think he's a great actor. I think he's a fantastic actor. I don't think the racist fucks that work in Hollywood give a shit. And I think they just see him as a skin color, right? So, yeah, I feel bad for John Boyega. Bottom line, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Because it might be great casting. The other stream I was talking about John Boyega as Captain Scarlet. I think that'd be awesome. I think it'd be a good Captain Scarlet. Yes, I know he doesn't do the voice. Okay, and I wouldn't want him to do the voice. That would that'd be weird. That'd be like what's his name, Don Warrington, who's a very good Rassilon, by the way. Anyway. No, sorry, yes, I'm going out to stop my feet until I get my birthday cake from the Daleks. Well, yes, you are, Jody. Yes, you are. I was in a bit 007. Yeah, I did enjoy that. Darren M is here. How you doing, Darren M? Mr. Jekyll and Hyde is here. Red number 1 is here. Greetings, Red number 1. How you doing? Paul Toaston is here. Philip Bogan is here. Unfringed is here. Hell, Unfringed. Hell, I salute thee in the traditional either Romulan or alternate universe Terran Empire way. Zeon Scum. That was the World War II episode of Star Trek. Mark the Vicar is here. Love that Jodie's face. Sums up her doctor perfectly. Doesn't it? Like she said, just a bad smell, darling. Just a bad smell. Jonathan Cox is how you doing, Jonathan Cox? As is Raj Fizzle. Okay, Fizzle Row Mackie. Not so right about House of Dragon. Creepy. Okay, I think creepy is the way I would go. Oh man, it's really stuck. Come on. There you go. Now it's starting to move. I mean, it was in the books. I mean, it wasn't the source material, and it does fit. And I do like what it says about Matt Smith's character. And I think it's a little bit. It says a lot more about Matt Smith's character. It's interesting. I mean, not Matt Smith, the actor, the character he's playing, Prince Damon, whatever his name was. Giving angry Doctor Who fans were they saw the Time Lords were portrayed in the Deadly Assassin. I can't but wonder what their reaction would have been to the Timeless Children. I don't imagine it going down well, right? I don't imagine it going down well. DC is here. How you doing, DC? There we go. DC is here. Simba. Oh, here you go. And Paul Tozan said hello to you. I'll say hello again. Kathleen Thee. How are you doing, Kathleen Thee? By the way, Kathleen Thee, you had comments about the Prince Andrew thing. Yeah, listen, I want to, and I was really upset you weren't able to put them into the chat because it was being good to talk about in the moment. But I'm not going to put words in your mouth. But you did bring to my attention that prostitution is not a good thing. I agree with you, obviously. And yeah, listen, stopping hookers not good. Prince Andrew could be is not a moral thing to do. Now, on top of that, there's a lot of I don't know if it's majority or not, but there's a lot of false prostitution, which this was. Here's my problem. Okay, actually, as I'm saying it now, here's my problem. I don't understand, right? I don't understand. If somebody says to me, have sex with that person, and smile and act like you like it and stuff like that. And I do. I'm not going to say. And if I say no, there's no. Yeah, I didn't get the downside of saying no. Right. I read the. Like I've read a lot of these cases, right? I agree it happens that girls just get made to do all kinds of things, right? But in all the accounts, it just seems they could have just said, "No, I'm leaving now." Right? I mean, look, there are obviously a lot of cases where people are literally kidnapped and beaten, and no, I'm not talking about that. But I mean, yeah, I guess when you end up on an island with your passport gone, right, you're kind of in trouble, right, at that point. But I'm not talking about that either. However, the point is it's often not a victimless crime, right? And I think that's a very fair point, right? I do think it's very fair. Yeah, I don't know. See, part of me is like saying, well, we should just like really decriminalize prostitution and put like health and safety regulations around it so people don't get abused, right? And it's like, Yeah, I feel the same. Like when they had the feminists come out against the grid girls, right? Girls were not wearing much clothes, walking around racing things, right? Yeah, grid girls, right? And they were like, "This is my job. I'm doing good at my job. You know, I like my job." And you're saying my job's I can't have my job. Yeah, and I'm not comparing the two, right? Well, I am, I guess. But yeah, but you know, it's yeah. I think if there are controls there that everyone is willing, it makes a lot of sense. However, then the other side, I believe in God, and God says, "Oh no, that's a terrible idea." So you know, I guess I have to defer to God on this one, right? Slavery and prostitutes, not a good thing to do, right? Not a good thing to do. I think the thing is, I know. Did he know that he was? I mean, for me, at least moves the dial if he believed he was sleeping with somebody against their will or not. If he believed he was sleeping with somebody, you know, who was voluntary, even if it's for financial remuneration, right? That's a whole different ballpark from sleeping with somebody. You know, no, they don't want to. That's gross. Who? I don't know. I don't tell you. One's really awful. One's like really, really awful. And one is like unfortunate. But again, that's not to detract from the traffic and prostitution. Not good things at all. Not to be condoned or it was a yeah. So yeah, yeah, no, you made a lot of very good points that I wouldn't disagree with, which I've said over very badly just now, right? Very very badly. But you know, I wish you could have the chat with the YouTube would have let you do it in the chat. But what can you do? Look, this is what's good to disagree, right? Because you did it's because you become a little bit more well rounded. Although I worked out, right? If everybody could just be okay with being wrong, the world would be a much better place. The world would be a much, much more relaxed, wonderful place. Yeah, I said to somebody recently who doesn't like Trump, I said, it's not Trump you don't like, it's being wrong you don't like, right? And he's just such a symbol of being wrong. You know, I think that's why there was this visceral hatred right away, right? It's because his very existence and his success disproves a very the elitist worldview, right? It completely disproves it, and which is like they have complete control when they know better, right? Which is why they're freaking out. They cannot be allowed to run. I wonder if they will though. I'm really intrigued to see what's going to happen. Even though I think it's whoops apocalypse. This is not far away. Hello, Ron. Tzvi Lebetkin sounds delicious, but you're making me hungry. No fish though. No, the fish heads. Oh, leave me alone, mate. Oh, the sheep's head as well. Yeah. So we did the second day is the Simus. What are we doing for dinner the second night? What's my wife wanted to do? I can't remember now. I really can't. I really can't remember. I wonder what it was. We will probably enjoy it, whatever it is. Yeah, what was that? I really can't remember. We're having the soup both nights, though. Do like that soup. It was a good soup. Cameron Crash Course is here. How you doing, Cameron Crash Course? Thank you for joining us. Adam Warlock is here. How you doing, Adam Warlock? Disaster Area is here. That's my son in the army. Disaster Area. Although he has forgotten his gun a couple of times, which is a big deal. Like if you forget your gun, right, you will get your ass kicked, right? You'll get a punishment of having to have your spend a Shabbat, which is Saturday on base. normally you get they send you home to have like good cooking once every couple of weeks. Jonathan Cox is here. Well, I think I said hello to Jonathan Cox. I'm getting a bit of the chat. I think when I was working out the burger emergency. I'm glad you guys enjoy it. Yeah, I mean, really, just go get the fucking burgers. What's wrong with you? Okay, 1 second. Oh, see, it is. I mean, right, look, getting burgers harder is right. Yeah, it is, right? So in Jerusalem, my God, we ordered stuff when I was there over the weekend, a few weeks ago. We ordered like stuff. It was delivered in 20 minutes. Oh, that was good. That was good. I like that. Who's Rabbi talking to? I'm trying to get my dinner. And breathe. It's Sarah. Okay, I can't remember how long it's going on for. Oh my God. The whole of UK is shutting down on Monday. Well, that's gonna be fun. What? What's going on with that? I don't know. Like Liz Truss doesn't look like the real Prime Minister. She looks like she's somebody just cosplay there. She does. She sounds like a bank manager. She sounds like a bank manager talking to King Charles, who sounds like, I don't know. I got a bad feeling about Charles. I hate to tell you. I hope I'm wrong, but I'm getting a bad feeling about Charles already. I'm worried. It'll all be okay. Oh, because it's the Queen's funeral. Of course. Okay, I'm still in the chat. I'm still getting the bloody burger, I think. I hope King Charles will explain why he took bags of cash from Kuwait. Well, it's quite simple, really. The answer is in the question, because there were bags of cash, right? If not, he can get knotted. No, he took the bags of cash from Kuwait because they're bags of cash, and he wanted to have the bags of cash, right? So that's why he took the bags of cash. That makes sense to me. That's more a more logical move. Matthew J. Hey, Matthew J. The apparent lack of the trailer with less than 5 weeks ago. It said, yeah, listen, they're embarrassed the fuck out of it, aren't they? They've only got themselves to blame. I mean, really, what did they expect to happen? Did they expect it would go well? Is that what they thought? Bloody idiots. How in any way, shape, or form did they expect it to go well? That is, I mean, it's just crazy. Let's have a look at what we got. I've got a couple of things to look at. Link. We could look at. Well, we got the Marvel stuff. I mean, really, who gives a crap? Andor trailer, Mandalorian, Tales of the Jedi. They have kind of like massacred all these IPs. Let's have a look at Andor. Let's see what we think.
Spies. Saboteurs. Assassins. We've all done terrible things on behalf of the rebellion. Cassian.
So, do you think this is going to be as woke as they're kind of intimating it is? Because I get a feeling it isn't. That's the thing. Oh, sorry, Nix is here. As is Colin Archer. How you doing, sir? We're discussing the part of Space 1999. Oh, please put the link in there, right? If you want, put the link in the chat, right? I do want to see that. That sounds really good. You're talking about something I really enjoy. I also like the audio version they did of that. Big Finish did. I thought that was really, really good. Thought Maria whatever in Casey, who played Helena Russell, was way the opposite direction from Barbara Bain. But other than that, who is it? He's the bloke from Rogue One. Okay. But okay, so they're saying, "Oh, this is about female empowerment." Blah, blah, blah. I don't know. I think that's just bullshit. They're telling themselves. Let's go back. Let's see it from the beginning.
Spies. Saboteurs. Assassins. We've all done terrible things on behalf of the rebellion.
Cassian Andor. Don't matter what you tell me or tell yourself. You'll ultimately die fighting these bastards.
I mean, I do like that bloke as well. He's good in pretty much everything. He was even good in the Marvel movies. He played, was it Baron Harkonnen or Harkonnen? Did they change the way he pronounced Harkonnen? I can't remember. He was excellent in that. He was great in Chernobyl. He's great in everything, right? So that's a big, thing in its favor.
Wouldn't you rather give it all at once to something real?
We've chosen a side. We're fighting against the dark.
There is an organized rebel effort. Drill down and get a hunt started.
You realize what you set in motion? People will suffer.
Time has come to force their hand.
At what cost?
Everything!
I mean, it does look like it's going to be kind of good. I tell you, this and the Picard trailer both look pretty darn good. So I don't know. Is it essential viewing? Is it real Star Wars? I don't know. Real Star Wars is dead. This is kind of like a cool cutscene from a game, right? That's kind of how and it's kind of fun. It's in the universe. Hopefully it's not shit, right? Hopefully it's not shit. We're going to find out in just over 1 week, right? Not long to go.
Every day we wait, they get stronger.
Let's take them by surprise.
For the greater good.
Call it what you will.
Let's call it war.
People are standing up. They're afraid. Right now, they're afraid. Let's go!
Star Wars Andor, 3-episode premiere, streaming September 21st.
Yeah, look, dude, that does look pretty darn good. To tell you, it does. Yeah, Rogue was when they all died in the end. That's the one. That was the one that nearly wasn't shit, right? That nearly wasn't shit. But here, let's look at this instead. This looks a bit more interesting.
I'd rather be the one who's worshipped.
Worshipped or blamed?
I think at the end of the day, probably both. I wrote The Eighth Doctor, played by Paul McGann.
It's a bit of a responsibility, I think, that we have. Stories are powerful. Mythologies are powerful.
My job was to write.
Yeah, even there, being Paul McGann, he's so naturally the Doctor. It's like, I mean, like, he just in his normal everyday. When he's acting and he's not being like Paul McGann, he's less like the Doctor. He's just very naturally the Doctor.
A TV movie pilot with the hope that it would spawn a new American Doctor Who series.
The American fans, they are the diehards.
There's a whole community of people that do this.
They love this thing that society says you shouldn't love as much as you do.
I didn't go to conventions for a very good reason.
Be nice.
I thought the fans would kill me.
So they're setting this as something like kind of take the piss out. So not take the piss out, laughing at Doctor Who fans for being so weird, right? And that seems to be the sell. And it's, look, kind of charming. I like the McGann movie a lot, right? You know what I always wish they did? I wish Big Finish would do box sets of an American style Doctor Who series. Let's say it got a series pickup, right? And so you get 42-minute episodes with like an intro at the beginning, and a sting at the beginning. 1 second. I just got a message. Okay, nothing I can make head nor tail of. All right. Yeah, and I think that would be kind of fun.
The Doctor being half human. Please punch me in the face.
People universally went after the script.
I got physically assaulted by someone who was so angry at the idea that the Doctor would kiss.
It wasn't that big a deal, for God's sake. I mean, it really wasn't, right? It was kind of an innocent peck at the end of the day.
No sex, please. He's Matthew Jacobs.
My father was an actor. He was in an early Doctor Who adventure called The Gunfighters.
It'd be fantastic on the Gunfighters because you're going to go back to your boyhood memories.
I really don't want to do The Gunfighters panel. It's freaking me out.
I want to see this movie, though. This looks really fun.
I was pouring myself into that character. I got so close. And then I got left behind. Maybe I'm regenerating.
Doctor Who has helped a lot of people find who they are.
This is a giant family, and it's full of love.
Wait, let's see that again. Is that Daphne Asper? Yeah, it looks like it. Yeah, check out Paul McGann's reaction.
Love. The sense of community and companionship.
That's what I enjoy the most about it.
You go for the fans.
You're a part of this now.
I think at the end of the day, I'm a bigger fan than I knew. At some point or other in our lives, we all ask the same question. Who am I?
It looks very sweet, doesn't it? Obviously, I'm going to watch it because I'm, I am the audience, right? I'm somewhat, interested in his take on it. But that looks nice. No, I wish him the best with it. I really do. Fine. Let's have a look at the where are we going to start? I got a few different articles put up. Let me just make sure there's nothing new. 1 second. Okay, the reason I haven't done a video on this article yet is because I can't think of a good title. Right? Okay, there's nothing new there. Let me show it to you. Oh yeah, fine. We're going to look at that as well. Doink. Press one. Come back here. Come back here. That's better. Share screen. It's yeah. So this I think this is going to be a video in of itself. It's really chugging along slowly. That's not good. Yeah, I'm back. That was weird. Let's try that again. Share screen. There you go. That's it. Will work this time. Is it going to make it go boom again? Come on. It's thinking about it. I know. Oh, there you go. So yeah. I don't have the energy to do this article now. I'm not sure how much energy I have in general. I am like fading fast here. But as you go through this article, you realize the person who wrote it thinks it's much better to be a Cyberman than not to be a Cyberman, right? Because they are part of the woke cult, right? It's like, it's crazy. 10 times the Cybermen were right. Removing emotions, yes, it might hurt when you when you cancel people. Overthrowing the neo-Nazis. No, they were the... Oh, God, so stupid. Anyway, this guy just basically is on board with being a Nazi. Okay, from what I can tell. Thursday, New Doctor Who magazine coming, and they're really selling the New Doctor Who. Now, apparently, Sacha Miles lost the beard. I think his master is shit, frankly. I like his conviction. I like his excited by it. I think it's taken the master is just really shit. It's like a silly bouncing bunny who's crazy. I don't know. It doesn't seem very masterful. So I mean, like, even less than John Sim, and John Sim wasn't that great as when it comes to Janet Tedfieldy. I meet lots of Tegans. Do you see yourself in a lot of people there, do you, Janet? I'll jump out window, no problem, says Sophie Aldrich. Darling, you're in your 50s, 60s. Calm down. You'll get yourself hurt. Patrick O'Kane, I thought they were done with me. Yeah, me too. A great character that they just blew up, that he ruined for no apparent reason. Such one. He'll always find a way of coming back. Yeah, I know, but hopefully it will come back. Absolute power. A 20-page preview. Oh boy, we are going to do that. Yes. So here. All right, let's look at this first. Though. This will be a game for a laugh. There you go. Doctor Who star Yasmin Finney offers some additional info into Rose. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. It's so weird, isn't it? I mean, if this was like a fiction from 1990, it wouldn't be any that. It feels like it could be about how weird the world is now. That obviously Yasmin Finney is a lady, an 18-year-old lady, obviously. And nothing weird about it at all. I'm just, excuse me, I might have a cold. It's COVID. That's what it is, COVID. So last week we checked to see how things were going in the incoming returning showrunner Ross C. Davis upcoming 60th anniversary events with David Tennant, Catherine Tate, Yasmin Finney, Neil Patrick Harris. So far, we learned that directors Rachel Talali from Sherlock and Haya Button, the Spanish princess, never heard of it, were joined by Tom Kingsley. Okay, done a bunch of stuff. Who gives a shit? As the third director of the specials. Now Finney is offering some additional information in an interview with Quipiphany. Oh, man. Do you ever... listen, if you're trans, do you ever talk about anything other than being trans? Is that part of being trans that you have to always talk about it, right? You've got to... I mean, like... Oh my God. And like, really? You're going to be talking about movies you're like, no, I'm on Queer Epiphany. Oh, okay, here we go. Speaking to host Monroe Bergdorf and Tace, okay, about the long... Oh, look, they're trans people by the looks of it. It's interesting, isn't it, how trans women are always really like stereotypically slutty women. It's very strange, right? You find the penis. Well, if you have the penis, it makes you want to go heavier on the makeup. Right? Apart from Yasmin Finney, who does the makeup just about right? But having a dick normally makes you want to go a bit heavy on the wall paint. I've noticed that. Speaking of host, Monroe and Tace, about during the long-running sci-fi series at such a special moment in history, Finney had this to share. The character is called Rose, we knew that. She's another trans icon, a 15-year-old trans girl with a great supportive family. Envision Heartstopper but fighting aliens. So what about the idea of a crossover? That would be amazeballs. With Doctor Who and Heartstopper crossover would be fab. We're manifesting it, says Finney replied. Back when the user casting announced, Finney shared a statement. If anyone, okay, fine. This is all old stuff. Okay, man, I am really woozy. Okay, let me open up. I think I'm gonna leap to House of the Dragon because I'm not sure how long I can stay up for. I'm out of it, mate. Let's go over here. Doink. Fine. Remove. There you go. Like if I'm gonna be reasonably high without actually doing anything, I should take some time off and enjoy it. That would make sense. Anyway, but I would like to go over the Game of Thrones. Here we go. Share screen. I'm good as long as I'm on autopilot, right? Then I'm like, if I get off autopilot, I get confused. Fine. Dun 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 dun. I still don't like them using the Game of Thrones theme music, right? I don't like it at all, right? It annoys me. It's I think it should have more of its own identity. I don't really like this title sequence either. It's trying to be something, and I don't think it really works very well. Right? It's all about the Targaryen blood flowing hither and thither, the bloodlines, and I just find it hard to follow, really, and irritating. And again, it doesn't work as well as the game pieces, and having the music is a bit distracting as well. It's better than the Lord of the Rings titles, but anything is better than anything connected with Lord of the Rings because that's shit beyond shit, right? That is super duper shit. Was it? Yeah, dun. House of the Dragons. This is what, episode 4, isn't it? King of the Narrow Sea. Fine, the creepy one. So fine. So what's the significance of this at the beginning? Many may have forgotten. This, I believe, is a necklace that was given to her by Matt Smith, right? Matt Smith plays Prince Daemon Targaryen, the younger brother of the king. And this is the daughter of the king, who's also the heir to the throne, but she's a lady, so it's a bit unusual. And right at the beginning of the first episode, you got that she kind of looked up to and was somewhat horny for Matt Smith. It kind of like, I'll tell you exactly what like. Look, she was looked at Matt Smith the way Lala Ward looks at Tom Baker in City of Death, right? When she's dressed as a schoolgirl, like licking her lips. Yeah, she seems to be turned on by him and turned on by the idea of being turned on by him. It's something like devilishly naughty and grown up about him, right? And I think that's he knows that as well. She feels that as well. Anyway, so she's playing around with that as she's doing on this tour to find suitors, right? So she's going all around Westeros on this lengthy tour and just meeting all these people, and she's hating all of them, right? She's got like the good-looking guy from Dawn as a bodyguard. And she's bored as hell as like, completely unsuitable. Like, you're too old, leave me alone. And this kid shows up, right? I think it's from Blackwood Mott. I think he's really kind of fun. He said, you'll be safe in my house. I'll protect you. And you have this like, this guy says she's got a dragon. She doesn't need your protection. Who is that? It looks like there's a Baratheon. Is that a Baratheon stag she's got on? He's got on. So, you know, she's like, okay, I've had enough. I can't do anymore. And he gets pissed off with him. So they start a fight, right? And they start hacking away. And she looks back. Next thing you know, boom, he's dead, right? Got a sword right through his gut. Killed him. Which I kind of like that. I thought that was fun. Meanwhile, so now she's going back to King's Landing, and they really dealt with the Westeros Express thing quite well by just, I think, having a time gap between each episode. And everything that happens in that episode happens in that same location, right? I think that really kind of helped. Back to King's Landing with and they say, "Oh, look out below!" And the dragon comes and swoops over and nearly knocks the ship over. Like, she bangs her head. She's fine. It's like, whoa, and she can see that again. I think that's Matt Smith's, not Matt Damon, a dragon. And you know, she kind of likes it, right? This puts a lot into context as the episode goes on, right? One second, stand up. Oh man, there you go. Meanwhile, I'm loving this guy's performance as the king as well. Like, it's so subtle, right? You know, basically, he feels like he was put in this position, and his job is to maintain the crown and maintain maintain the kingdom. So, and so he has to play politics. I don't think he particularly likes it, but he's a realist enough to realize he has to do it, even though it's not that he realizes how trapped he is, right? And you do see all these pressures like pulling him apart. Right, so puts his crown on, right, and in comes Matt Smith, wearing this kind of weird bamboo-y crown, and he's like, now he's got a haircut. It says they may be the king of the irons of this, the narrow sea, and it looks like he's gonna like kind of kick off a little bit, right? Oh, hey. Doink. Right, maybe the king of the narrow sea. But there is only one. Here's only one king, and that's the crab feeder's hammer, I think. So melt it into the chair, right? And he says, but there is only one king, and it's basically they made peace again, sort of, right? Now, remember last week he was so pissed off that he was given help that he basically single-handedly ended the war, right? They had this huge thing. I think his hair got awfully bloody and needed a cut, right? So, you know, they're all, everybody was claps, they're kind of friends again, yay, right? At the party, you got the king's young wife, who's the same age as his daughter. Oh man, like trying to make small talk, and like, yeah, you can tell that she's just a different generation, and they kind of take the piss out of her, right? And you can see that going on, and she kind of enjoys that. So she goes off in a huff, and basically she confides that they're. You know, she doesn't have that many friends in court. You know, she's kind of lonely, right? And you have this nice friendship moment. And I grabbed the screen grab for a reason, because I think this, and I hope I'm not wrong, right? This I really like, because this seemed like a genuine friendship, which like is so rare now. This normally means, oh, they're lesbians, right? No, this means like this genuine friendship support, and I hope that's what it was, because I think that, you know, that's nice. I think that works. So when they meet, there's kind of like this flirting going on, and he's like, you know, and they talk about it. She's like, it's all for being married off. I can't stand it. It says, when you're married, you can do whatever you bloody like. It's just political. It doesn't really matter. It is. It's why he hasn't had a kid with his wife. Said, I doubt a child could grow in such hostile environments. I do like his performance, right? It's like he's good at doing the regal thing, Matt Smith, right? He's like slightly evil, very evil at times. Meanwhile, a small council, the sea snake who was in the war with Damon, still is pissed off, and now he's marrying his son. I can't bloody remember, right? They're like, really? He's still pissed off. I didn't marry his 12-year-old, that creepy fuck. So then, okay, yeah, everybody retires for the evening, and the story of the evening is a lot of juxtaposition, right? She's looking after the baby. She goes into a room and closes the door and finds a bag there, right? And the bag there's clothes and a note. Note says, look over there, and there's like, she shows her where there's a secret door, and there's clothes for her to change into. She goes out the secret door, past the dragons, as you do, and meets up with her uncle. And he's like, you go to that he's going to show a night on the town. Oh, Lonnie's there. How you doing, Lonnie? Thank you for joining us. He's going to show a night on the town. He's like her entrance into a scarier, more adult world, right? Which is very alluring when you're a younger kid. Although she's supposed to be 18, so I'm surprised she's not more worldly. But that's what she's always liked about him, right? And in hindsight, he is definitely preying on that for political end, and I think he hates himself for it at the same time, right? That's my take on it. If anybody has a different take watching it, you let me know. Anyway, so he's taking her out into King's Landing, in disguise. There's all like kind of crazy stuff going on. General things you'll find in King's Landing, like magicians said, I'll tell you your future, I'll read you when you're gonna die. I'm like, well, I don't want to know that. That sounds pretty grim. Meanwhile, he's being bathed, and the attendant isn't doing a good job. But he's got these sores and stuff. I wish I knew he's had this like degenerating ailment all the way through, and I don't know what it is, but I like that it's not like everything isn't screamed at me, right? So his wife does, and it's like, you're doing it very better than anybody else. Thank you very much. They send her away. Again, I do kind of like this tender relationship. I think it's kind of sweet. Meanwhile, but out in King's Landing, they did this with in Game of Thrones. I guess it's hard not to repeat yourself, where you had Hugh Grant was one of the head of a troupe of players, and they would comment on the things going on in the story as politics, in a satirical way. So they talk about her in a satirical way, like how the king has one daughter and a son, and who's going to go on the throne, and they take the piss out of the daughter because they don't think she'll be very good. And again, you can see Matt Smith slyly thinking things through, or he has done. So then after that, she runs off. Meanwhile, goes to bed, being very, very hot, I would say. She runs off and is caught by a gold cloak, but let go. And Matt Smith takes the Street of Silks, I think it's called, the red light area. So anyway, so she gets a call that says the king would like to see you. The king is kind of randy, is basically what they're saying. So he takes her to like this like super red light area, lots of skin, lots of bodies rubbing together, right? And again, I just thought that she was already, not a virgin. She seemed older. And he's like, he wants to educate her about, sex in a kind of weirdly uncly way. Meanwhile, the king is shagging her friend who's the same age, and it's kind of creepy. And she's like, yeah, okay, then, fine. Okay. And he goes for quite a while, the king. I was quite impressed. So once they get into the certain brothel, they take their hats off so that they can be openly Targaryen. And it is getting weirder and weirder, right? And you can see her getting like more turned on. And the Targaryens have all this weird history of incestual relationships, right? And he's like saying, look, it's okay to like sex. It's normal. And she, at some point, he's like grunts over her and she smiles at him at the same time. So they start making out, right? And I can't tell how far it goes. I think we're in penetration territory here, right? Or not. Again, I'm not entirely sure, right? I'm not entirely sure. It's not that clear. I mean, even though you see the whole thing, it's not that clear, right? Because it's about to get more heated, and she tries to kiss him, he pulls away, and there's like these like kind of cool power games going on, and they're really about to start getting into it, and then all of a sudden he like stops and he storms away, right? Leaving her alone. So again, I don't know how far they got. I think they may have got to penetration a little bit. I really don't know. You're guessing this is a kids' show. That is true. That is true. So she goes to leave and is followed by someone. So then the princess comes back to her room, and he was like waiting on guard outside. So what's going on? I said, "Are you okay?" And she calls him in, and she's horny as anything, right? She needs what's Susan Sarandon song in the Rocky Horror Picture Show? I've got an itch to scratch. That's basically what's going on. So she really wants to shag this guy. And I'm not sure how willing he is, but he's like, I guess you're the queen princess. I don't have a choice. And they, it takes quite a while to get out of Game of Thrones clothing. But that's their night for you. Again, it doesn't seem to be too awful a time, right? Meanwhile, the person who followed the princess comes and talks to the hand. Next morning, shit's about to hit the fan, mate. Shit's about to hit the fan. Matt Smith is waking up in a brothel. She's back. So this was who is like his wife, sort of, was in the first or second episode. I can't remember. They split up again, or I don't know. But she's running this brothel tavern in King's Landing, so in the morning, the hand of the king goes to the king. So they got some, a little bit delicate information for you. A little bit delicate. Yeah, it's a little bit delicate. You might get pissed off. Nah, I'll be fine. Why don't you go and tell me? Well, your daughter. Yeah, what about her? She was seen fucking her uncle in a brothel. That's good. Not good news. That's not good news at all. And the queen hears it as well, having spent the night there. So she gets a summons in the morning. She says, "Hi, hey, then get someone in the morning to go and see the queen." And they're like, what the hell? Like, what the hell? And she says, look, nothing happened. He took me to see a show. That's it. Something happened. Not sure what, right? Something bloody happened. Meanwhile, Matt Smith comes in, staggering him, and is dragged to the throne. They throw him down, and they have a confrontation. And like again, you see his how like, look, I just want everybody to be friends, and you're just, why is everybody a thought of my side, right? Why is the entire universe like you? Like, I don't understand what you're getting out of this. Like, how am I going to be able to wed her off to anyone now? And so I think this was really Matt Smith's plan all along. He said, let me marry her, right? Let me wed her. And he said, you're already married. Yeah, look, we're Targaryens. We can do that. What's the name did it? And he wants to kill him essentially. So he sends him back to the Vale to his wife and said, piss off, I never want to see you again. Leave me alone, right? And she said, look, I spoke to what's the name, Rhaenyra, and she said, look, I'm still a virgin, which she isn't, but okay. But it doesn't look like she's nowhere she is. So I said, listen, I don't know what to think. She gets called into the king, and we get to see that dagger again. It's the same one, I think, that what's the name tried to kill Bran with. And he says, it has this Song of Fire and Ice hidden into it by the metalsmith of Valyria, saying that talking about it's a prophecy of the princess promised, standing a Song of Ice and Fire. And so, look, this is like bigger than all of us. We can't just do what the hell we want, right? So he tells her that she's got to marry what's the name, the sea serpent. I actually can't remember how they left it. And she's not good. I think it left it that I think she's supposed to marry him. And she says, fine, but your biggest person you got to worry about is the hand of the king, right? He's the one who who had you lined up, who wants to get me and Daemon out of the way, out of the line on the throne, right? So he calls him in. And he says, "Yeah, look, I think that you probably do. I don't trust you, right? I mean, you're a faithful hand, but I know you have your own agenda, right? You have your own agenda that you want your grandson to be on the throne, right? So essentially, he sends him away." He takes away his handship. The thing, he takes away his handship and sends him away. And it ends up with Rhaenyra getting a visit from the Grand Maester. It says this is a special tea, so there's no pregnancy, no consequences from you sleeping around, you filthy little whore. Essentially, right? Essentially, that was what the final scene is. I mean, I think they end up to. I don't know. But solid episode, right? So totally a solid episode. Okay, fine. I'm gonna do one quick review before I go. I am like so out of it. I finished watching Abominable Snowman. And the animation is good, right? The animation is much stronger than Fury from the Deep. I think it works really well. The drawback is the story isn't very good at all, right? The story is kind of dead. There's really not much life to it, right? There's lots of. Here's the thing: they keep doing inscrutable Chinese acting, which is a little bit yellow facing, right? But they but they can't really animate around that. But everybody's like, I will stay here. Yeah, the what episode they do have in the location footage really helps. But generally speaking, it's like it's nowhere close to its Rabbi shows at 50. You're not wrong. It's nowhere close to the quality of Web of Fear, which is fantastic, right? This is just a really plodding. The only one of the only problems with the animation is how they've inserted themselves into it, which they do. So listen, the crabs in Macro Terror are much bigger than they were, right? I think the great. So there's a certain amount of reinvention, but like the what they did for the Abbott's face, Pampa Asabalaba, whatever his name is, face, it was ridiculous. It was crap. I mean, like they should have just gone with like something like what was on screen. Like what they did was just really genuinely didn't work at all. And look cheap and look stupid. Rabbi drinks water, 5+ HP. Not enough, baby, not enough. I'm thinking fast. I'm going to investigate the arrival of the burgers. I worked hard to get those burgers. Wasn't fun. What can I tell you? I'm going to hit the end broadcast.